Miss Mama work. Hello everyone, this is Miss Mama Work and I am back. I am back for a little while now. I tried to keep everything up, but I didn't have enough to completely close up my vacation, so I'm sorry. I did have a great vacation, but I am never doing this type of vacation ever again. But that's a different story I want to talk about another time. What I'm doing right now is remaking the start screen for the game Drax Freeze. As you can see in the picture, it's called Drax Freeze. It's the game that I am working on, I think, since 2019 or 2020. At least a bit longer than I actually realized last time. And the start screen that I actually made before was a bit of a concept, and I thought let's remake it entirely because the idea of the start screen is to have the building where Drax Freeze is playing at, and if you click on it, then you go inside and everything. But I had this whole idea of having a neon sign on the outside and having this little rustic idea and having it a bit more, you know, interesting looking than I did before. I especially disliked the many bricks that I made on there that were like only very lines, and I just was like, yeah, this actually doesn't look aesthetically right. So I tried to do something different. I also completely remade the sign, which I liked before, but I did not really like the colors. And because I have a different palette from before I made the first draft, basically, I thought, well, maybe remake the entire neon sign as well. I made it a bit more blocky. I thought it would look a bit better. But I kept the ice creams because basically the entire game is about you're working at a very big ice cream shop. Basically, a very big ice cream entertainment building. And so I'm back from vacation and I need to rebuild the number of posts that I will be making, the number of videos. I think I will be posting once every 2 days just to start things up. I have been feeling a bit unwell even after my vacation. Sometimes this happens. But for the rest, I'm doing great. I'm working on a new project again, or basically it's an old project. I'm reworking on a project again. I'm working on this Drax Freeze project that I really like, and I am making the lovely fan art pieces that I still need to finish. And maybe if you noticed, I remade the posters as well. You can see the old posters that were on the old design that I made, and I remade the posters, so I had to re-include the new posters basically as well. But I added them on a later time. The person that I'm working with, the manager basically, requested that I would include the Drax Freeze sign in the center, and I was playing a bit with the idea of maybe cutting the building off or making it smaller, or how should I frame this whole thing. And one of the things that I realized while I was framing things was uh, uh, how certain paints look like on a roof, like roof paints. Is that the right word? When I was a child, I always drew them with the circle downwards, so I was like circle downwards, and all of a sudden, I don't know where this revelation came from, I realized no, the paint should be different. It should be the circle should be upwards, not downwards. So that was a big revelation for this particular drawing as well. For a little while I decided to cut off the underside of the building because I thought the big element was the Drax Freeze logo. And I added a little bit to the side instead of making the other bit smaller. I realized when I looked at the map that I made for the inside that there was a big piece missing from the entire building, so I was going to correct that. So there will be a bit more continuity in the drawings. And I also decided to have a bit more brickwork, but make it a bit more loosely instead of having it very tight and everything the same. I also decided to have some parts to be more like the rough cement look, so it was clearly a building and the bricks were sort of decoration element. But the front had to look like something really aesthetically like old-fashioned and having a nice look. So that's why I chose to have paints only on that little bottom side. After a short discussion with the manager, I realized I did not want to cut off the bottom because it looked a bit weird, and so I decided to put everything a bit above and have it the whole section be shown and fill almost the entire screen. I was thinking of making the building smaller, but in the end I decided to have this huge building and not have anything in the background, so everything was only the building and then the rest was black, just to have this focus as the start screen of the game. I chose specific colors from the new palette and mixed them up a bit. I changed the colors of the Drax Freeze logo to be a bit more in balance. As you maybe can see sometimes from the previous picture, I drew, for example, the Drax Freeze with the Drax being orange and green. And the idea was that it would represent Drax himself, who is green and orange, but in the end the color combination, especially if you want to make it flicker and want more a neon glow, it wasn't really the right choice to have one particular thing have two of these bright colors. So I reinvented the logo and I'm very happy with it. I made the bricks a more red color to have this nostalgic feeling. But I made the roof paints green to have a bit more the color of the main character Drax. Playing a bit more with muted colors. I didn't want to have too bright of colors because the entire Drax Freeze neon logo would be very, very bright. I want to make that stick out like the most. So I'm trying to replicate the entire Drax Freeze neon sign, but in the end I decided to go a different way. I'm mainly putting in more details and rendering a bit, and that's it. That's the starting screen that I made. I actually made a animated starting screen. So in the end, I did some different versions of this. One where the glow was on and one where the glow was off. They differ a little bit, not too much, and I made it into a little GIF, whatever you want to call it, and it works out really well. And that is how I made the starting screen for Drax Freeze. So thank you everyone for watching. If you like this, please leave a like or comment. Subscribe if you want to. I also do live streams on Twitch. I will start very soon, but I'm trying to work on this project, on my other project, and every now and then I will finish a piece of the fan art month that was actually in February, but I will finish them as soon as possible. So thank you for watching and see you next time. Goodbye!